What is up, guys? It's your boy Mike here, back from Mike's Money Making Moves. Today, guys, we're going to be doing a quick 5 steps on how to save money during this pandemic and during COVID, because we know how important it is saving money. So right now, obviously during a pandemic, everything is a bit crazy at the moment. So what we want to do is make sure we save as much money as we can, because what that's going to do for us is going to help us towards the future as well. So I'm going to give you guys 5 different examples of how you can save money as well. So guys, number one, I don't know if you guys have guessed it, it is coffee. So the first thing that we have in the mornings before work, before we go out, before we go anywhere is a nice little coffee as well. So we love our cafe coffees, we love the environment, we love getting in there and getting coffees and enjoying and networking and things like that. So one thing we do need to do is we need to substitute that if we want to save some money. I know it is a big ask, but at the end of the day, it's going to set you up for later on as well, even if it's short term or a long term, whichever one you decide. You never know, you might decide to even quit it in general. So let's get to it. So if you're going to be going out to a cafe and buying a coffee is going to cost you anywhere between $3 to $5 to $6 depending on where you go. Obviously the more fancier it is, the more it's going to cost you as well. So obviously by doing that, it's going to obviously cost you quite a bit of money over a period of a week. If you do it 5 times a week, if you do it 7 days a week, it's obviously going to add up to quite a bit of money. So what you can do is to obviously save yourself some money, you can reduce the number of days that you have your coffee. So if you have it 5 days normally, you can make it 3. If you have it 7, you can make it 4 or 5. And you can go lower and lower and lower until you get less. So that's one way to obviously save yourself a little bit of money throughout the week, and it'll add on to the month, which will add on to the year for you as well. So obviously the other thing that you can obviously do is you can substitute what type of coffee you can get. So there's 2 other ways that I think you can save money, which has helped me in the past as well. So what you can do is you can switch to a cheaper coffee. So you can go, instead of going to a cafe, you can go to your local petrol station, or you can go to your local Walmart type of place where they have just instant coffee or cheaper coffee that still gives you that little bit of a hit as well. So for example, if you go to a 7-Eleven, so in Australia we have 7-Eleven, we all know what 7-Eleven is. We have those, and they have coffees ranging from $1, $2, and $3 for a coffee. So you can get a normal cup size coffee for $1 versus a cafe one, which is going to cost you about $4 to $5. So if you can't substitute it and obviously reduce the amount of coffee that you drink, you can get 7-Eleven coffees. So if you got a $1 regular, and if you got that for 5 days a week, that's going to cost you, you guessed it, $5. So if we work it out with a normal coffee in a coffee shop, which say it costs about regularly about $4, times that by 5 days, that's $20. So throughout that week, you just saved yourself $15, and that's a bit of a savings for you as well. So if you go to your local petrol stations, if you go to your local gas stations, they have their own coffees in there as well. So guess what? That's a 2-for-1 for you as well. So while you're going there filling up your car, you can get a coffee, add it towards the bill, and go from there. So that's another way that you guys can obviously save money as well. So we have number 2. So obviously the second one is going to be another way that you guys going to find a way to save money. It's going to be an obvious one. It's going to be very similar like the coffee instance, is pretty much eating out less. So by eating out less, guys, is going to obviously mean that you're not going to spend a lot of money. In this time anyways, now that it is COVID, there's not a lot of room out there to go out and eat. Health risk as well while going out eating with friends, and you never know what's going to happen. So now is the perfect time to save money, and the perfect time to actually have food at home. So now this actually gives us a reason that we're forced into a place where we have to stay at home, where we don't really want to go out anyways. That's going to be another way that you guys can save money. So by cooking at home, you can actually get more out of your money as well. So if you go on YouTube, there are plenty of tutorials of where people make food, showing how much they made, showing how much they've saved, things like that as well. And you know, you can even make a healthy meal for quarter of the price of what you would buy at a restaurant as well, which is great for you guys. So by doing that, 1, you're actually making food in bulk. 2, saving a lot of money. 3, it's nutritional, and it is also fun as well to do. So you can actually have fun time at home, and it can kill up a lot of time instead of wasting it on dumb things like playing COD, which isn't dumb. Try that. So guys, again, that's another big thing as well. So by making food, that's another option for you. If you're someone who doesn't have a lot of time and you're very short on time and can't be bothered cooking, things like that as well, that's okay. There are other methods that you can use as well. So the next method I would recommend, if you can't cook it yourself and you can't go out and buy groceries, there are vendors and companies that will do it for you. So in Australia, we have a few different meal prep companies, and we also have even like what is it? It's like grocery meal prep planners as well. I'll go into it in a little bit more as well. So firstly, we'll start with the meal prep. So we have basically companies that actually have pre-made ready meals for you to go. Microwave ready, oven ready, whatever you like, it's pre-made ready to go as well. Usually within certain periods, they will have different specials and different types of foods, desserts, drinks, pre-made ready to go. So if you don't have a lot of time, you don't want to go out and obviously eat and save money, you can do it this way. All you need to do is go online, purchase the food, they'll deliver it to you, to your door. All you gotta do is pack it in your bag before you leave work, uni, college, whatever it is, pop it in the microwave, and away you go. So personally myself, I've used a couple different companies. One of my favorite companies is a company called UFoods. So just here, basically they make pre-made meals. Every couple of weeks, they'll send you a nice deal where you can buy a bundle pack and save. So where you can actually purchase it in advance, buy a week's worth of food or 2 weeks worth of food, put it in the freezer if you don't want to eat it, take it to work, and that way you're saving money and you have something that actually tastes really, really good as well. And that's probably a big one for those who don't know how to cook. So either one, learn how to cook, two, just get something ready to go as well. So we're going to be going down to savings part 3. So number 3, I think is a big one for me, especially for those who aren't really savvy. So look, a lot of people don't have a lot of time. Let's be real. People don't have time, we're lazy, we can't be bothered, we get home from work, uni, and we're pretty much knackered and we just want to settle down and just switch off, which is great. But also at the same time, we want to save money. So we're going to have to take the step to do this next one. So this next one is basically anything to do with subscriptions and payments that you have. So I don't see a lot of people talk about this one. I think it's a big one that people miss out a lot on, and I see it all the time as well. So if you are subscribed to anything, so that'll be TV, games, news, pretty much anything on the radar that you pay for that you don't use anymore, even your gym, if you're going, like if you do go to the gym as well. These are some subscriptions that you may you can either decrease because you don't use it, or 2, cancel it overall. Maybe you'll find another way to do that as well. So I'll give you guys a couple of ideas as well. So when I say subscriptions, obviously that means a certain couple of things. So one, if you have something like a streaming service, so you got Netflix, you got KO, you've got Foxtel, you've got, pretty much any other subscription under the sun, pretty much find out and see if they're worthwhile keeping. If you find out if you're using more of one and not using more of the other, maybe consider canceling it. If you can't cancel it, maybe you can reduce the plan that it's on and go from there. And I'll give you guys another example as well. So if you guys have a Netflix account, so say you have a Netflix family account, for example. Let's be real. Most of us don't use Netflix family accounts for our family, right? So we use it between our friends, family, cousins, dogs, cats, whoever you want to share it with, right? What you can actually do is, let's be real, we've all seen those memes, right? We've all seen those memes where it's just the guy that actually pays it, Parasite 1, Parasite 2, Parasite 3, so on and so forth. And we've seen it, and we all laugh, haha, it's all funny and everything, but think about it. If you're the one that's actually paying it, it's probably not fair on your side. So what you can basically do is to save some more money, you can either start 1, delegate all the money as well to make sure that they do it, or 2, get rid of them and just have a single account yourself. Because that way it's not going to be fair on you, it's not going to be fair on them if they keep using it and you're the one that's paying for it. So make sure you do that as well. Same goes with Spotify. Spotify family account has the same option. Make sure someone's paying for it and make sure it's splitting properly. And if you obviously have any issues with obviously paying or getting money from your friends, 1, they're not your friends if they're not paying you any money. And 2, there are payment subscription services where they can request a payment without you actually being the bad guy and asking for money, even though you're the good guy that's paying for it for them anyways, right? If you guys want me to do another video on that one, I can do that on a separate video as well. But I think that's another way that you can save money. Number 4. So what we have here on number 4 is another big one as well. I believe it's a massive one for a majority of us, is that we're all a little bit of shopaholics. Yes, you knew I was going to go there. It's going to be talking about shopping. So shopping is a major thing that we have a problem with. So with a lot of us millennials and a lot of us who have discovered the beautiful world of online, we know online shopping can be dangerous. retail therapy, we've all seen it. You know, people going out buying clothes like no tomorrow, holding handbags left, right, and center. We know it's a massive problem as well. So keep that in mind, guys, that obviously buying more and more things is going to cost you a lot of money in the long term. So you can do something like what I do as well. So another way that you guys can save money, obviously, one, don't shop all the time and every weekend just because it's the weekend, there's nothing to do and let's catch up and blah, 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 blah. Be vigilant. Like, if you don't actually need it, don't buy it. It's simple. Obviously, it's not simple for some of us. Some of us, you know, are shopaholics. So there's obviously that term. We all know that one quite well. If you do want to save some money, you're going to obviously have to reduce how much you spend on what you can do. So these are obviously mainly targeted at people who are, you know, paycheck to paycheck or want to keep up with the trends and things like that. So what I recommend you guys can do is, if you're an online shopper, if you love looking for, you know, massive sales that come out and you love to get on trend and stuff like that, I think the best thing for you guys to do is obviously go through and have a look at sales. So we all know the magical word sale right here. We all know this word. So what you guys can do is you can shop during sale periods. That way you can buy it in bulk instead of buying it every single week as well. So someone like me, I don't like buying my things all the time because I'm very frugal with my money and what I spend it on. What I like to do is I like to wait for a sale to come through. And obviously what I want to do is I'll buy it during a sale period and make sure I get enough of it for me to last me for a little while until the next sale period comes through. So for example, to give you guys an idea of sales days, you obviously have things like end of financial year, you've got Christmas sales, you got Black Friday sales, and basically anything they can put a profit on in obviously making a sale of a day out of. So, you know what I mean? So there's always different ways that you guys can find it as well. Alright guys, last things last, this is something that I do personally. Obviously I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't do it. Have a money jar. So what I like to do sometimes is I like having savings money jars. So either if you're saving for something short term, something long term, it's just something you want to buy even, or something you want to save up for that you can't be bothered doing, have a money jar on the side. So what that can help you do is that can help you delegate some of your money that you made from some sort of income that you have, and you can use that towards something you actually want without feeling guilty about spending all your money. So how many times have you gone out and done something and said, I really want to get this, but I don't want to spend my money? So either one, you miss out on having it all together, or two, you ended up being very, very broke, where you have to pretty much eat mee goreng every single day to survive until your next paycheck. Nobody likes that. So what I like to do is I like to make a money jar, and I like to label it. And pretty much what I do is I like to say what it's saving for. So having a goal. So by having a goal in a money jar it's less likely for you to try and pull that money out because you physically can't. And then what you can do is by having it there, you can save up towards whatever it is. So I'll give you an example. I'm a bit of a car enthusiast. I used to own an Evo 8, so an Evolution Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 8. Beautiful car, was a bit faded. So basically what I did was I had a little tin, right? A tin of money. And basically what I did was I wrote on there and I wrote detailing or pretty much respray. So pretty much the car was a little bit faded when I first had it, and I wanted to make it look really, really nice, but I didn't have the money at the time. I wasn't really going anywhere. The car wasn't going anywhere as well, and I wasn't really in a rush. It's just something that I wanted to do. So what I did was every once in a while, if I had a $5, or if I had $10 or $20 or something spare that I know that I could spare, what I do is I put it in the jar and then I'd wait till it's filled to be able to see if it was worthwhile doing as well. So what ended up happening for me was that once that jar was full, I ended up taking it out, counting all the money. I got into contact with the detailer. It was a perfect amount of what I had because that's what I saved up for. I gave them the money through the money jar, not physically with the coins. I went to change it, give him notes and da-da-da-da. And basically I got what I wanted. So by doing that, guys, it makes you obviously, one, save your money. Two, makes you understand that by doing this, you're actually making yourself more accountable for yourself in savings. And what you can do with that money as well, it's more of a long-term sort of situational goal. So that's another way to save money as well, guys. So that is my number 5. So guys, that is it for this video. I hope this really had helped you as well save money and find ways to save money. If you guys want a couple more ways to save money or a part 2, let me know in the comments below. If you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, guys, look, my name is Michael. We like to save money here and we love ways to keep them with us. So make sure you do subscribe over here. If you have any other questions, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.